Did anyone hear about QuStream until now? Is anyone familiar with any lattice encryption? Or with encryption in general? All right, great. So I know a little bit where to start. All right, so this is QuStream, the strengthening Ethereum's future to quantum unbreakable encryption. The encryptions that we are currently having right now as an option, they are PKI, public key infrastructure that work on lattice, most of them. But first, unfortunately, our CEO, who should have been here, he couldn't due to a very nice, valid reason, and an alpha that I will be announcing at the end, and I think is very important. But I would like to tell you a few things about him. He's, he won 2 NATO awards, and he's the post-quantum cryptography, global post-quantum cryptography director for Capgemini for about 40 years. And he has over 40 years work in security. And he did see the world quite a lot. He worked in a lot of cities, with a lot of companies, and with all of them only on this subject, cryptography. All right, so right now, we are in a position that we are obligated by NIST to implement a cryptography solution, Europe, some part until 2027, and America, etc., just a little bit later on. Just recently, BlackRock, and I think it was also Google, they announced that they are not very, they don't feel that the encryptions that we are having now, they won't fix the problem. It's just a patch. And it will remain just a patch until we get a real solution to the problem that we have. Why do I say a real solution? The solution right now, they are, the PK that I'm talking to you, they are containing 256 bits. Then, in order to be unbreakable, it has to go above 500. The only way we could, with Adrian found it possible, is to somehow take the OTP encryption, the OTP military encryption, on another scale. And it took him a few years to do that, but he did it. And he did an amazing job. And this time, for the first time, this is the only quantum unbreakable encryption in the world. All right, so the quantum clock is ticking. I don't know if you see this everywhere. I don't know if because I'm in the industry, but I see with every week, with every month, the articles are increasing, the war is increasing, and we actually need to take action, because if the government is giving us, well, not to us, but to the B2B, is giving you an option to implement, or it's mandatory for you to implement this, and especially if you go to defense, if you go to the finance part, well, it's great, you have a solution, but they don't know how long that solution will hold, and no one can give us an answer. All right, this is how it goes right now. What is going to happen? So right now here, we're in transition. A lot of companies already applied, they got a budget, and they are about to implement this PKI. Here it's a little bit of a struggle for us, to be honest, because once you get a budget, and especially in these companies, you're not going to go for a second layer or for another product. You take that because the government is asking you to do that. So for us, it was a little bit hard to penetrate and show the world that we need a different thing. All right, why are the risks to Ethereum so much worse? Well, I think it's obvious. This 101 billion, if we implement that PKI encryption, in a month from now, if quantum computer hits, it might be that the next day when you wake up, you might not have your bitcoins in your wallet, and you can't do anything about it. Zero. So that's why it's for a great importance to the direct consumer as well. All right, how are we different?
Quantum computing is accelerating, and with it, the collapse of today's encryption. Blockchains, wallets, and financial systems are all at risk. Some chains claim to be quantum safe by adopting known algorithms like XMSS or dilithium. But these solutions already show weaknesses, and they were never designed for crypto-scale adoption. QuStream is different. We didn't just integrate an algorithm, we invented a new one. A patent-pending symmetric encryption model, mathematically proven at 504 bits quantum hardness. Symmetric encryption is faster and safer than asymmetric methods, but it always had a fatal flaw, securely delivering the key to both parties. That's where QuStream changes the game. Our founder, Adrian Neal, a cryptography expert and 2 times NATO Innovation Awards winner, achieved a breakthrough in symmetric key delivery, unlocking this method for the first time at global scale. Every transaction, every authentication, every encryption gets a unique, on-demand key, delivered via our network. A simple pay-per-use model makes it scalable, accessible, and easy to integrate. Behind the scenes, a powerful infrastructure of community encryption nodes and vertically sharded databases built for privacy, speed, and zero compromise. QuStream isn't just another quantum-safe layer 1. We are the quantum-safe solution other blockchains will use to stay secure in the quantum era. The future needs real security. QuStream is how we build it.
All right, so how we do it differently. Once again, we have no keys, no revocation, no fallback. Nothing can be found there because we leave absolutely no trace. And to go further, one-time pad, great entropy, it's a stateless module and irreversible sealing, and it has no shared secret assumption. Once again, this goes back to the fact that it can't be broken on the way. All right, so post-quantum algorithm that we have now on the market, as I was saying earlier, the lattice-based are the most used ones at this very moment. However, every single one of them has a very big vulnerability that can't really be fixed. It can be hardened to keep us longer, but then once again, we don't know how much that longer means. How do we replace post-quantum encryption? The public key infrastructure. Well, as you see here, in the public key infrastructure, it's. Am I hearing? Do you hear me, or should I speak louder, please? All right. So, unlike the public key infrastructure, the QuStream component description and encryption, as you see, we don't need a certificate. We have sub-Q nodes, and we have Q nodes registered to service until the validator to service, and from longer they're no longer required, which is absolute to our new entropy architecture. All right, so I was telling you something about an alpha and an important thing that they achieved a few days ago. This was the missing last mile, we called it, that now is no longer missing. From quantum fibers to quantum finality, Mercury, a company that we are going to partner with, and QuStream will bring in ultra-secure fiber to QKD, to irreversible encryption at the application edge. What this means? It means that the Wi-Fi and the network payloads, they're sealed post-decryption, not just protected in transit. No keys to steal, spoof or reply. And then we go to the national infrastructure, and then we protect the fiber through the QuStream vault, and then the policy-grade trust for defense. Ethereum and beyond, we can generate an entropy that will basically save Ethereum. All right. I will show you this first. How did they do it? I asked this, this is a bit technical. I won't go very deep in it because it's not my domain, but if you have questions that are a lot more technical, I promise that I'll find a way for you to address them. All right, so how do we do the key distribution fragmentation in a QuStream block? With the recipient metadata, with the QKD key, and then it goes through the quantum random number generator, and together with the QKD key. But I don't know if you noticed there, we managed to achieve 1,556 bits entropy. This means 3 times bigger than before, the one that we had, the one that we patented. So this is an absolutely great achievement. How do blocks transmit to the device? And here, these diagrams, the ones they show how we transform the quantum keys. Just a little explanation, and they're irreversible. They seal the block of an entropy that no one Absolutely no one, not even with a quantum computer, can reverse it. All right, and a quantum key. Wait. Okay, so the quantum, the quantum key distribution is attached to the one recipient when the trust is simple, when we don't need a very high entropy, or distributed when no single party should see everything. And then we go down to the fragments that are used to generate QuStream block with the OTP-grade entropy. Once sealed, the blocks becomes irreversible. That means what I said before: no backdoor, no recovery, no one, not even QuStream can unseal it. Oh, we generate another key if you lose it. Just so we don't unseal it, we just send you another one. Yeah, and to finish, to wrap it up, QuStream doesn't encrypt with keys, it seals with chaos. And that chaos is so mathematically pure, it can't be reversed. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very, very much, Maria. If anybody has any questions, do scan the QR code, / you could just put your hand up as well. But I've got a question to start off. Maria, would you say that the Ethereum community is thinking enough about encryption? And if not, why not?
Sure. Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Do you think the Ethereum community is thinking enough or worrying enough about encryption?
I don't think so. I'm surprised because they are very much at risk. And unlike the other parties, they don't have a plan in place, which for a company such big as Ethereum, it's a big question mark, for me at least. Yeah.
What do you think, apart from projects like yours, what do you think people could be doing to make people more aware of the dangers?
Well, it's a little bit hard because everyone goes a bit with the law and with what is recommended from NIST, and we do adhere to all NIST laws, and even more than that. We don't necessarily need to use the key, but we have to, because we need to adhere to NIST rules and regulations, so we do it. But your question, what do we need to do? Open your eyes and think. Do I really trust this PKI with my Bitcoins or with my Ethereum? I wouldn't.
Yeah, I think that's very, very true. Okay, any questions from the crowd here about encryption? Oh, okay, come over here. One second. No, that's okay, it's okay.
I would just argue with your first statement that the Ethereum company, as you called it, is not yet prepared. I think in 2-3 years it will be quantum proof, and I think the Ethereum Foundation researchers are doing great advancements when it comes to making sure that nothing bad can happen in a few years.
Yeah, but do you think 3 years is not too late?
I don't think. I mean, it's not my stance that matters, but according to the researchers, we are not at risk as of now. So quantum computer is still in the early stages and is not currently representing a risk for the crypto space.
This is one.
But
then there is also harvest and decrypt, right? That they can take it in the PKI, you decrypt it after the quantum computer. So why won't you seal that data if you have an option that is actually at the same, it's lower in the price and it gives you unbreakability?
Yeah, I get your point, but as I said, for the time being, that's not a risk.
Could be, but then you're obliged by NIST to implement it anyway. So why not implement a product that I mean, it doesn't have to be QuStream, but a product that is gonna guard your wallet, not one that you think it might guard your wallet.
It sounds like we need to schedule a debate for that at ETHCLIDGE 2026. Okay, a question on the board. Are the applications for this encryption technology viable for Web 2 products also, Maria?
Yes, that's correct. We cover Web 2 and Web 3.
Great. Simple answer to that one. Any other questions, guys? Oh, okay. Our man with the cap in the back. Over to you, sir.
So I recently met the guys from Aztec Labs, if you heard about them. So they are working on privacy and confidentiality on blockchain, especially on Ethereum side. But yeah, my question was how your approach differs from their approach. But yeah, if you have
it's a different formula. It's a different background. It's like you if you try to make the difference between physics and maths. This is how different it is. We just laid a new ground that quantum computer can't see, can't attack it.
Cool. Another simple answer. Okay, great. Any other questions, guys, or are we going to wrap up there? Looks like that's it. Thank you so much, Maria. Cheers.